see up there some comedians you've seen earlier tonight. Let's give them a big round of applause. Come on. They have done something truly amazing and truly difficult. Public speaking, getting on a stage and speaking in front of an audience is one of the most common fears in the world. In the UK, more people are scared of doing something like this than they are scared of death. About the only thing that's more scary are spiders. Public speaking and spiders. If you're ever somewhere and there's a stage with a spider on it, and it starts talking to you, I want you to come and find me and bring whatever the hell it is you're smoking. That is some really good shit. I went to public school, which means I was groomed from a young age. In public speaking. And that means I get asked advice by friends, family members, colleagues, whenever they've got a presentation to do, or if they're changing careers, so they're going to be speaking in front of audiences every day. And a couple of years ago, a friend of mine was doing a career change, and he's a nervous speaker. So he came and asked me, Carl, I've heard about this advice, when I get nervous in front of an audience, to humanise them, make me less nervous, I should picture them in their underwear or naked. Do you think I should do that? And I looked at him and I said, Dave, you're a primary school teacher. You all need to call child services. We had Donald Trump in the country recently on a state visit. And he was officially welcomed by Her Majesty the Queen at Buckingham Palace. I have an active imagination, so I like to think that when the cameras were off, she told him to fuck off. Picture that Meghan Markle, an American citizen herself, threw a Five Guys milkshake in his face. Just imagine if that had happened. Imagine the headlines. Five Guys tossed an old man's face. Sounds like a lot of you will be looking that up on Google later. Change is inevitable. Unless you pay by Visa. But there's been some changes being made to the national curriculum. They think there's not enough philosophy taught in schools. So they're starting young, they're starting in nursery by teaching the children ancient Greek philosophers. They're starting with Play-Doh. Seems like quite a lot of you went to public school as well. As I say, I went to public school and it was everything that you're imagining now. It had all the great facilities, amazing teachers, prostitutes. It was an all-boys school at the time, and it is in the middle of the red light district. We were the only school in Nottingham in about the late 90s that didn't have porn filters on school max. We had them on the windows instead. We had a favourite game. There was an outbuilding called the White House, and we'd go during break times and we'd sit by the windows, just out of sight, and wait for the working girl and her punter to come into the car park. And we'd wait for that magic moment when his eyes were just starting to glaze over. That's why your wife left you! Getting cock-blocked by kids. Again. Nottingham, there's been a lot in the news over the last few months about women's health, especially coming from America. A lot of states are trying to restrict women from having access to safe abortions. Now, I don't know what your views are. It sounds like we've got some people who disagree with those laws. I personally think it's her body, it's her choice. What I find really confusing is these usually white, usually male, usually Christian men are telling women to not have sex as if somehow that's going to be the best form of contraception. yes, Christian men thinking that there is any form of contraception that is 100% effective. I'm here Nottingham to tell you there is no 100% safe and effective form of contraception. Condoms can split, the man can forget to pull out, and if you truly do believe that abstinence is 100% effective, Mary, Mother of God, and her stretch marks would like a word with you.